Good morning, class. Today we'll discuss about steps in developing a business idea. So let's start now. Step 1. Assess first what kind of knowledge and skills you possess. List down all the strengths and weaknesses that you have. Weigh your strengths and weaknesses in relation to your plan before moving on with it. Think if you could really follow through it. You may have a great idea but no realistic way to implement it. How can you start and operate a business if you do not have any knowledge and skills on how to run it nor the experience on that particular field? A good and perhaps an ideal way to create a new product or service is if you have the skills and knowledge about it. Sometimes you can creatively apply skills and knowledge learned elsewhere to improve a completely different field. Step 2. Identify a problem within the different existing industries. Study the industry for any problem you think requires correction or improvement. A good way is to ask people about these problems to see if they feel the same way as you do. If it goes the way as you expect it to be, it will give you a potential market. Sometimes there are not many problems to see and find. So your next step will be to see what the industry is lacking something the industry does not have but still needs. Step 3. Conduct preliminary research after you have identified the market needs or lacks and decided on the product or service you might provide. Then market research is the next step. This is the key to get to know the market inside and out, how it all works together, and how each thrives with one another. Get to know what people value in the market. You can also investigate through the internet or social media to see the most common things people search for. Step 4. List down all your ideas. There are endless possibilities. Every new business idea will either be based on a product or a service or both. Either of them having their distinct advantages and differences in elements that you should consider before choosing and focusing on the right one for you. Involves advertising and marketing. Thus, whichever you choose is just as equally good as the other. So, write down all the possible ideas you have come up with after studying and learning from the previous steps. Every idea that comes to mind while thinking outside the box should be written down on a piece of paper. Even if it is a new idea or something you build up from the common idea in the industry, make it your own and write them all down. Remember to not be too critical with your ideas. Step 5. Always take breaks and get enough sleep. It is important to take breaks and get enough sleep to have more time to contemplate on the ideas you have come up with. Always get a good night's sleep to keep your brain working at its best. The more time you have for your ideas, the better you can improve and develop it. Letting your brain rest makes you think more efficiently and effectively. That is why it is important to take breaks or do something else to get your mind off from your ideas for a while. Watch a movie, read a book, take a walk, or do any other activity you enjoy. The brain often thinks up ideas when you are not forcing it. Just make sure to keep a pen and paper near you in case you suddenly come up with something to add and improve your ideas. Step 6. Investigate if someone has already come up with your idea/s. This is an important step. There are so many minds around the world that are also thinking of putting up a business. Chances are someone else has also thought of an idea that is similar to yours. Hence, make sure to research and investigate thoroughly if your idea has not been done by anyone else already. You do not want to invest a lot of time, money, and work into your idea only to find out that someone has already done it. However, keep in mind that just because you have a similar idea with an already established business in the market does not mean that you are not going to scrap the idea right away. You can still create and develop that business idea but make it your own. As long as it is not exactly the same as the one in the market, then that is all right. Step 7. Rank your ideas. Rank your ideas. If you have more than 2 on your list of ideas, rank them in the order that you think is the best for you and which is the least It is always good to have options to choose from, especially when one of them appears to be not as viable or if it has already been taken up by someone else. Step 8. Choose your best idea. After ranking your ideas, you have to choose one that is best for you, that is, the one on top of your list. There are times, though, when two ideas are just as equally good as the other, and you might have a hard time choosing between the two. So, make sure to evaluate and weigh carefully to see which one has a slight edge over the other. If you have finally chosen the right one, you can start focusing and putting all of your effort into it. Step 9. Pitch your idea to family, friends, and colleagues. Now that you have an idea of your own, you can slowly test its viability by consulting people about what they think of the business. You can start by asking your networks, your family, friends, and other people you know who might be of help to your business. It is good to see first what they think of it before going to the next step. Share to them everything you have to say about your product or service, its nature, what it is about, and how it can contribute to the market. Ask them for a truthful, unbiased opinion. Ask them if they would buy the product or service. They can encourage and support your idea, provide advice and constructive criticism, or tell you frankly if they do not think your idea is viable nor has a future. Step 10. Talk to potential customers. If you have completed getting all the information you need from your family and friends, then it is time to go out and explore the market. You have to be patient and diligent in this step. Go to different places near or along your community and ask people around about your proposed idea. Give them a brief explanation and your concept to avoid taking much of their time. Conduct interviews and make surveys for them to answer quickly. You have to be research on how people might perceive you as you approach them. Some might be interested, while others will just look away and show no interest at all. You can also ask some of the business establishments around, ask the owners or managers to see what they think of your idea. Go online and make a survey about your business, a hassle-free way getting information from people. Note to be creative and cautious in doing all of these. Most importantly, have an open mind to whatever they might have to say. Step 11. Investigate competition, if any, and identify risks and obstacles. Looking out for the possible competition in the market is a must for you to study along with the process of setting up your idea, especially in determining all the risks and obstacles you will be encountering. If you have competitors, do not be alarmed, for many new businesses have competition in the market, which is inevitable. Nevertheless, it all boils down on how better your products or services are from them. That is why you have to investigate thoroughly to have that edge and advantage over them. Be a customer to them to see their product and service firsthand. Talk to their customers and find out what they want more out of that product or service, or the satisfaction and dissatisfaction they have about it. Also, check the risks and obstacles you will face along the way. Like lack of funds, personal problems that affect the business, distrust issues, especially from business partners, problems with suppliers, people who might sabotage the business, and many others. Make sure to prepare yourself for these kinds of potential risks and always get ahead and anticipate all possibilities you might encounter along the road. Step 12. Determine if you have a viable plan. This time, determine if you have a plan for executing your idea. Ask yourself, is your plan doable? Take into account all of the results, information, research, studies, interviews, and surveys you have done. Then, inquire, is there really a market for your plan? You have to be logical with your judgment. Most importantly, be honest with yourself. Do a cost analysis of your plan even if there is a good market for your idea. Think about the financial aspect of your business. Determine the level of competition. If it is very stiff, you now have to work hard to outdo them. Give yourself much time to figure out how exactly you will be better than your competitor to give yourself a fighting chance. That's all for today. Goodbye, class.